fucking probably just wanted to sink the fucking ship.
Oh, Mikey Betts!
What is it? You know I'm a fucking night owl.
I want it in.
I want it out.
I want it in.
Because I live rent-free in his head. See, he's a pathetic loser. He's always been a loser.
I could beat the Devils with Chase and Mikey Betts.
Well, what do you have to say, Clemmer?
Well, Frank, first off, I got to apologize. Frank was right. I should never have believed in this Mets team. I think you really hit the nail on the head most of all when you kept saying how the team has no heart and no grit. And I was like, all right, it's to have no runs and a do or die game, basically, showed a lot. I know me and you've talked a lot via text. We both agree we want some pretty big changes, starting with Mendoza. That's not going to happen. He's going to stay with the team. I don't know how they can bring him back. I guess they are. But no, Frank, you were right. I wasn't being, you know me, Frank. I think I'm a pretty realist Mets fan. I'm not being positive for positive sake. It's not a spin. It's not nothing.
Not like you're not Tommy Lugauer.
No, I'm speaking. I really believed. I couldn't believe a team with that roster, especially that lineup, could fold like a fucking shitty lawn chair from 1980s, the one with the stripes. Remember the ones we grew up with? Those those patterns. It folded like that, Frank. The whole team collapsed. You said it. You said they were going to collapse. You were absolutely right. They played like dog shit since January 13th when McGill went down and when Koenig went down and Senga got hurt. They played like a 97 loss team. That's a fact. Look at the percentages. And they were horrific. And you said it was happening. You said it was going to happen. You said they're going to blow this thing. I didn't believe it. And you were absolutely right. So you are getting your flowers from me, my friend.
And what makes it worse to me is this. And the Reds, they didn't even belong on the same field as the Dodgers. Not that the Mets would have been better.
No.
But I think if you put Nolan McLean out there, maybe the Mets at least show fight and keep the game.
Fight, Frank. What did you tell me all year about fight with this team?
Well, McLean pitched things were a little different.
No argument here. You're absolutely right. You're right about that.
I think what it comes down to is hubris and arrogance. That David Stearns thought he could just throw any pitcher out there in his so-called pitching lab, and Hefner has to pay the price. To me. He's one who. What's interesting is the Mets are already talking about J.P. Arancibia joining the coaching staff. That's a guy to look out for, as like, hey Mendoza, you slip up. This guy's our next manager.
Now, he's never managed before the big leagues. Does that concern you?
Nope, but you do it the right way. He was a coach in Syracuse. He's a catcher. I've always liked coaches that are former catchers.
No problem here. Bruce Bochy.
So I think this is probably the end of John Givens, unfortunately. I like John Givens. But I like him because he was an 86 Met. That's the only reason I really like him.
Fair.
But I think JPR and CB is going to take a major coaching role. They're already talking about that.
Now, you say you want Hefner gone. No problem here. How about Eric Chavez, hitting coach?
I say he has to go too.
It sounds like he's going to make a number of moves with his coaching staff, Frank.
The only coach I would really keep, Antoine Richardson.
I would agree. What he did with Juan Soto, like really kind of teaching him base running, I think is incredible.
I like him as the base running instructor / first base coach.
I couldn't agree more.
I think you keep him.
I know you got a huge show, Frank. Hogdale's here. I know you're going through your book card. So I don't want to take up too much of your time, but did want to come on here. I wish it was reversed.
I wish it was reversed. And now when everyone says, why am I so negative? I've lived for this in 2007, 2008, and now even worse, 2025.
I put this in my blog, Frank. There's going to be a piece of me that was lost in this season I'll never get back. There's going to be like 1% for the rest of my life. I'll trust this team like 1% less. Now, that's not fair because 20 years from now, it's a whole different roster, a whole different team, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like when you start adding this up, 07, 08, this year.
98.
Yeah, right. 98. Like, and you add all those up, like it does take a little chunk at you. Like, look at me with the Jets. Like, I'm just a beaten dog at this point.
It's really why I am as negative as I am.
This was a tough one, Frank. This brings me 1% closer to your side. So I don't know if that makes you happy or not. But you were absolutely right. So I guess I don't want to say congratulations because I know we both want the Mets to win. But hopefully next year they can do a better job, Frank. But there you go, Frank. So once again,
I want to see this offseason. And I want to see if they do the right things, or are we going to be looking at Kyle Freeland and German Marquez?
Well, hopefully not. I will say two things, Frank. First off, you were right. I'm sorry. Secondly, #Frank was right.
All right. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Lomer.
I mean, this Met collapse was just something that, and I was saying it was hubris. It was this arrogance that you could just show you could sign Frankie Montas. You can go through 46 different pitchers. He went through 46 different pitchers.
Because Mikey's going to bring on a special guest for you to break down the Mets collapse and hit the Mets grades.
Yes, we are bringing on Hogdale. Shout out Hogdale. Thank you for coming on.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let you two go at it.
what's up, fellas?
Oh, you're wearing the Green Monster jersey.
Yeah, I had to spark some good luck, for later tonight.
I think your best luck for the Red Sox tonight is Aaron Buffoon is still Yankee manager.
Dude, no, Boone is a trash fire of a manager. I will say though, Cora really did not help us last night. When he had Sadon drop that bunt down, I was questioning everything about my existence.
But Aaron Boone, if the Yankees had a capable manager, would probably have won 2 or 3 World Series in the last 6 years.
I don't think that's unreasonable to say, honestly. Like, they've had some extremely talented rosters.
But the Mets, what happened to them is just arrogance. Arrogance. That they thought they could bring in Frankie Montas, and that'd be enough pitching. They thought that Juan Soto and Pete Alonso and Lindor were enough, and they should have been enough. But the problem is you got some pieces that like Jeff McNeil, and their fielding was bad. Their fielding was atrocious. But they went through 46 pitchers, and at a certain point, they had only 38 times this year did a starting pitcher go 6 innings. And a quality start is 6 innings and 3 or less runs allowed. The Mets only had 33 quality starts. The bullpen was dead by the middle of June. You had Reed Garrett, who was so good the first 2 months of the season, his arm gave out, and now he's getting Tommy John surgery. You lost McGill to injuries. You got all these pitchers get injured, and you kept bringing, cycling through bums. They call a guy up, they DFA him. He went back to the minors. 6 weeks later, he'll be back up. I'm talking about players like Dick Lovelady. Dick Lovelady. It sounds like a character from Boogie Nights. This guy literally sounds like a fucking porn star, and he fucking pitched as good as a fucking porn star. And the Mets were fucked every time he took him out. And the one game, you had these games where they literally punted, where they basically said, okay, if we win this game, we're lucky, but we don't have the pitching to win this game, so we're just going to throw some shit-ass relief pitcher out here. And the one that bothers me the most is the first game out of the All-Star break. But the last game before the All-Star break, the Mets lost on a walk-off hit to the Royals. They actually came back, tied the game in the 9th inning, but lost it. And by the way, the Mets went 0-70 when trailing after 8 innings.
That's a real stat.
That is a real stat.
Oh
That's how little heart that they had this year. They had no heart. But a couple times they did tie the game in the 9th inning, but they still lost in extra innings. But they tied the game 2. They scored 2 runs in the top of the 9th in Kansas City. And Sean Manaea, making his first start of the year, he has loose body in his elbow. He had a couple of different issues with his arm, so he was hurt. But he pitched 4 innings, gave up a walk-off hit. He didn't pitch bad. And it was like, okay, so you go to the All-Star break. First game out of the All-Star break. You could have started anybody except for David Peterson, who was in the All-Star game. You start. Manaea. And he couldn't go more than 4 innings. Manaea left the game with a 4-1 lead. And they put in Alex Carrillo. And Alex Carrillo gave up 4 home runs. He gave up 4 home runs. The Mets lost that game 2 to the Cincinnati Reds. That game ended up being the tiebreaker.
That's brutal. Yeah.
You don't punt games. You play all 162 games to win. If something happens, if you're down 7-1 in the 5th inning, then you know what? Okay, we're probably not going to win. We could put a pitcher out there like Alex Carrillo to blow it. But you could have gone any reliever. You went to Alex Carrillo. Alex Carrillo with the way they kept moving up, healing up, sending down. Pitcher comes up. Goddamn motherfucking pitcher come up this inning. No, he comes up this inning. No, 2 weeks later he'll be back in a DFA going through this way. Oh, let's go waiver wire. Get this guy off the waiver wire. This guy, that guy. 46 pitchers, and Alex Carrillo never came back up. He was in the minors rest of the season, and you gained a first game out of the All-Star break. To set a tone, you punted.
I completely agree with you, by the way. Teams are too eager, like, to punt games. Just like, whatever. 162 games.
Lack of urgency.
Yes.
It's a chain reaction. If your manager doesn't feel urgent enough to win that game, you know what happens? The team takes it around, and the Mets were never going to fire Carlos Mendoza. Because basically the GM fell on his sword. He said, it was my fault. I did a bad job at the trade deadline. I didn't get enough good players. It's my fault. And the Mets have 2 big free agents coming up, Alonso and Diaz, who both can opt out. They got to try to keep both of them. Anyone else, Soto's not going to go anywhere. Lindor's not going to go anywhere. They probably cannot trade Brandon Nimmo, although they should.
What do you think, Hogdeal? What do the Mets need?
What do the Mets need?
Pitching.
You have to get a big
defense.
Let him talk, Frank.
I feel like you need to get like a big name starting pitcher. It just depends like who that guy is. Like, I don't know. Like, are you more of a Michael King guy? Are you more of like a Dylan Cease guy?
Yeah.
Zach Gallen, or like
yeah, exactly.
100% like that a top of the rotation arm. But like also in that pursuit, like you shouldn't let Alonso walk. Like absolutely should not let Pete Alonso walk. You got to find a way to bring him
I think
back.
They don't want the years because they think they have this idea that he's 31 and that his production is going to take a nosedive if they give him a 5-year contract.
Well, no, like Frank, you're always talking about the nerds. The nerds don't value first baseman. Like first baseman.
No, the nerds. We have this Poindexter Pennington. Yeah, it's easy to pick a first baseman. I never watched baseball, but first base looks like the easiest position to play. Moneyball. They said it in my money. That's where I learned about baseball. I watched Moneyball. And the Nerds won that series. The A's had nobody. They didn't have 3 good pitchers. No, they didn't. Barry Zito, they didn't mention him in Moneyball. No, Mark Mulder, no. Tim Hudson, no. It was all that genius. What was his name? Peter Brand. Yeah, that's right. He's my hero.
Brand. Classic. Yeah, the classic Moneyball. Yeah, they were mentioned like the league MVP once.
God, the worst character. I hate that movie. It might be a well-acted movie. It might have a good story if you don't know baseball. But if you know baseball, you hate that movie with every fiber of your being.
Because it's so very obviously pushing a narrative, like of one specific thing.
Miguel Tejada.
The reason we won all these games.
Miguel Tejada win the MVP.
No, it's because they moved Scott Hatteberg to first base. That's why.
And first base is easy. And Ron Washington goes, no, it's hard, pretty damn hard. Anyway, I got my Met grades to give out.
I'm very intrigued to hear these.
Huskar Brazoban. D. Alex Carrillo. F minus. Edwin Diaz, A+.
Hey, there we go.
Reed Garrett, B-. Here's one of those bums. Justin Hageman, D. Ryan Helsley, F-.
Yeah, he was
minus. Got him at the deadline. Yeah, I mean, he got him at the deadline, and the Mets are dead because they got him at the deadline. This guy, I'm going to be watching Devil games, hearing Hell's Bells, and having flashbacks to this guy coming in. Clay Holmes, I'm going to give him a C+. Sean Manaea,
success of the
D-.
pitching.
Nolan McLean, A. David Peterson was an all-star the first half. I would give his first half grade a B+. But when you take his second half, his grade is D. Jonathan Pintaro. I don't even remember that fucking bum. Brooks Raley, B+. Tyler Rogers, C-. They called up Dylan Ross, never actually put him in a damn game. Kodai Senga, F. Gregory Soto, C-. Brandon Sproat came up at the end of the year, looked okay. Kind of a rookie though. Probably shouldn't have been up. I'm gonna give him a C. Ryan Stanek, F-. Jonah Tom, another rookie, shouldn't have been called up. Minor league pitcher of the year, by the way. So I'm going to give him a C. Brandon Waddell, D. Austin Warren, D. And then they had a bunch of others, like Reed Garrett blew out his arm. You know, his arm is dead. I mean, they had so many bums. Dick Lovelady, F. I mean, they had 46 different pitchers. For the en masse, these 46 different pitchers, names I'll never remember, names that will be forever etched in giving you 0.1 scores in the immaculate grid. I give them all an F-.
I'd say Dick Lovelady deserves a triple X, for the porno he's starring in.
Francisco Alvarez, they sent him down to minors. He was terrible first half, but he actually was a good player. Played with a broken thumb and with a broken pinky and a torn thumb ligament in the last 2 weeks of the season, and actually got some big hits. I'm going to give Francisco Alvarez a B-. This guy was an F in the first half and actually had a good enough second half and showed some spirit and heart, unlike the rest of the team. Hayden Sanger needs to go back to working at Whole Foods. D. Luis Torrens, this guy is the greatest catcher at throwing out base runners. Perfect backup catcher. Don't want to see him start too often, but I'm going to give him a B+. Luis Angel Acuna, F. Guy can't hit a lick. Pete Alonso, I'm going to give him a B. Brett Beatty, I'm going to give Brett Beatty a B-. I would have never thought I would have said that at the beginning of the year, by the way. Francisco Lindor gets a B. Ronnie Mauricio, this guy was rotting on the bench. They didn't know what to do with him. Should have sent him back down to the minors, but it's kind of ridiculous. He was rotting on the bench. I'm going to give Ronnie Mauricio a D-. Jeff McNeil, Jeff McFeeble, Jeff the fucking buzzkill. The Mets played better when he was on it, when he was injured. I want Jeff McFeeble out of here. I'm going to give Jeff McFeeble a D-. Mark Vientos, he plays third base like the king on the chessboard. He can only move one square. I'm going to give him a D-. Starling Marte, very old. Kind of broke down a little bit at the end in September. I think his career might be over, but he played okay. I'm going to give him a C. Cedric Mullins, F-. Of course, A.J. Minter was a pitcher who pitched early in the year, got hurt. I wish he didn't get hurt. I'm going to give A.J. Minter a B+. I'm going to give Griffin Canning, who also tore his Achilles, and they missed him sorely. I'm going to give him a B-. I'm going to give Tyler McGill. I'm going to give him a C. So these are like the pitchers that got injured. Could have used him. Also, Jesse Winker. He broke down. I'm going to give him a C-. They really needed him. I wish he was around all season. He had heart and spirit and attitude, and the Mets sorely missed that. Instead, they brought in Cedric Mullins, guy who did not give one even inch of a fuck. This guy had his vacation planned for Aruba, booked it, and boy, he was going to go on that trip to Aruba. Brandon Nimmo, I am tired of Brandon Nimmo. C-. Jose Siri, I'm getting. I might be getting an apple in the next couple of days, so I'll go. Siri, name me the worst player in MLB, and it will go Jose Siri. I'd rather have Siri Cruz than Jose Siri. Jose Siri is so bad, he has to get like a Z. Because this F doesn't exactly express how bad he is. He struck out in 90% of his at-bats and had 6 errors with 2 hits. His OPS was 290. That's Jose Siri. Juan Soto, B-. Great stats, but needed a little bit more in the clutch. Tyrone Taylor, good defensive player, gets exposed a lot when he plays a lot. I'm going to give him a C+. And Jarrett Young, I'm going to give him a D. As for Carlos Mendoza's managing, F-. And that's my Met grades.
Frank, can I get a future grade for Josh Bell, first base of the New York Mets?
Oh, he'll be Cedric Mullins. He'll get a Z.
Is that all the players, Frank?
Yeah, that's all.
And all the players.
What was the highest grade?
I gave.
Can you give McClain an A?
I might have.
Yeah.
All right. You guys want to hit a little playoff baseball, and then we'll let Hog get back to hogging?
All right. Well, we have 3 game threes today.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Detroit's got a lead right now against Cleveland.
I missed that.
Big situation developing. About second and third, 1 out, or 2 outs, I should say. So the Tigers have the lead. I know it's a must win, of course. It's
I'll say who's at the plate right now? Like who's batting?
Torkelson.
Torkelson's batting. Okay. Well, I mean, that changes some of my thought process. Going into the game, I really liked Cleveland just because they're such an annoying pest of a fucking team. And they just manufacture ways to win, seemingly out of nowhere for the most part. But I mean, it seems like Flaherty's holding up so far. And Ciccone, I think is that the guy who's pitching for the Guardians today? It doesn't seem like
they brought in a reliever, Herron.
Oh, so they've already gone to the pen. Okay.
Yep. I don't understand why ESPN doesn't show a pitch count. ESPN wants nothing to do with baseball.
No.
All they want to do is talk WNBA all day, have these stupid debate shows, and baseball bores the fuck out of them. And of course, you see yesterday, hockey. Of course, I won't be watching it. I don't even know why this network carries hockey. Well, watch hockey on ESPN.
That shit is crazy, by the way. Like, as a partner, how the fuck is that allowed to be said on there? Like, what the ridiculous.
ESPN basically wants basketball and football. Only sports they want. And then their debate shows.
And the fucking the player interviews in game during the regular season. I can't stand it.
I hate player interviews. Then Torkelson just struck out.
Okay.
But the player interviews are just. It shows you how much ESPN has just fallen off.
Yeah, man. I miss the ESPN in my youth. I mean, back when that's what
they want. They want Monica McNutt talking to WNBA.
I'm sure Monica McNutt does a tremendous job.
Yeah, but the WNBA, I try to watch the WNBA, and I was happy that New York Liberty won last year. But God, I can't watch it. I can't watch it.
I'm a big Caitlin Clark supporter. She's an Iowa girl, so she's close to my heart.
She's very good. She's the only one that adds a little excitement to the league, and they all hate her. They hate her. They're jealous of her, and the league doesn't even realize that she's bringing more money and eyeballs to the league, and they hate her. And they're the stupidest league.
Oh my god, man!
But then we got the Cubs and Padres. I like the Padres today.
I completely agree. I think their bullpen is so overwhelming. The thing is, like, Darvish is on the mound, and people have some concerns, but I think they'll give him a really quick hook because they have King available as well.
Yeah.
So, like, if things start to go out of Darvish,
set up better.
and
then
like
you got the Yankees and Red Sox game. You're most interested in, of course.
Yep.
And the Yankees are starting Cam Schittler.
They are, yeah. Cam Schittler himself. It's a battle.
I mean,
unproven guys for the most part.
The question is, can the Yankees' talent overcome the ineptitude of Aaron Boone?
It's the ineptitude of Boone, but then also the Yankees are just a very dumb baseball team by nature. They have been for most of the season. The Red Sox also have some of these tendencies as well. They mirror each other.
I truly think the Red Sox hurt themselves yesterday. When that ball was in the dirt, what would they do? I don't even know who it was. Didn't hustle from second base. Couldn't score for second base on.
Eaton around third. It's the fucking the third base coach told him to stop. I have no idea what the thought process there was.
Well, the first base coach was waving him home.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It was ridiculous. There was a couple.
The Mets third base coach didn't do him any favors either.
No,
so I know how that feels. Mike Senseball. I called him senseless Sensible. There was one game where he stopped somebody who could have scored a game-winning run. It would have been a walk-off win in a game that he would have come back in the ninth inning. But no, he went, "Stop it!" Meanwhile, the Guardians are fumbling the ball around. And then after that game, the next 2 weeks, he sent everybody. Even there was a ball, there was a puck fly to the first base, and he went, "Go, go, go!" And they six straight got nailed at home plate. I mean, Mike senseless Senseball. He should have been the first coach fired.
I'm glad you can empathize with my pain on fucking dog shit, awful third base coaches, man. It's the easiest job on planet Earth. Just judge whether or not you could wave a guy home. What's worse about Hudson is what he did. He did the half and half, where he was fucking but then he was fucking commit, fucker, fucking commit. It's not hard. Holy shit, make a decision. Oh my god, I can't stand that shit.
Well. NFL time, and let me get my NFL standings boards for my NFL standings.
Massive.
Now, Hog, you have the option. Do you want to watch standings boards updates, or do you want to jump out?
Oh, sure. Why not stick around? This is fun. This is great.
So this is how Frank updates the world on the standings
because
no one has internet. But everyone watches the show on NBC.
I love it.
It's a little fucked up.
Yep, it's standings board update time.
Oh, do you like helmets? That's it.
Standing board update. Here we go. All right, we're going to start up in the NFC North, where the Detroit Lions have now assumed first place as the Packers played like shit and got a tie, and they should be lucky they had a tie. Yes, they tried to lose that game so many ways. The Packers slipped to third, the Vikings in second, and the Chicago Bears, well, they're familiar. I mean, that's the Bears' den last place down there.
Frank, what is your problem? what is your problem? What is your problem today?
We got the Buccaneers in first, followed by the schizophrenic Falcons. They can look like the Super Bowl contender next week, and next week they look like they're the worst team in the NFL. I mean, do not pick Falcon games if you're betting. Do not bet the Falcons. Unless you have a gun to your head, never bet a Falcon game. If I bet them to win, they lose. If I bet them to lose, they win. That's the Falcons. The Eagles, one of the only undefeated teams, is up on top, followed by the Commanders. The Cowboys got their tie last week, and the Giants, well, got a win, but they're still in last. Out west, the Niners are followed by the Seahawks, followed by the Rams. All three teams 3-1, while the Cardinals are in last place at 2-2. Here we go. There is your NFC standings. Now we go to the AFC, where, boy, I tell you, the Ravens are in trouble. God damn it, motherfucker. Shit, fucking God, you're flying like fucking... Losing the helmets.
Oh, no.
Let me see where that other helmet rolled to. The other one rolled far away. Let me go get that helmet that rolled away.
No problem, man. Frank's right, correct though. The Ravens are in massive trouble. Like now, the Lamars are.
I mean,
they're so cooked.
They play the Texans this week. They got to have Derrick Henry just eat and hope that Cooper Rush can find a way to not suck.
I mean, if Henry can remember how to stop fumbling every fucking week too.
I mean, it's shocking how bad he's been this year with the fumbles. But he's like he runs good, but he just fumbles. Well, the Steelers are now in first. I mean, the path is clear for the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers going to the Super Bowl. It's looking possible now. We got the Bengals in second, followed by the Ravens and the Browns. And the Browns, they are clowns. The Cleveland Browns should be the Cleveland Clowns. We got the Colts, who got their first loss, are in first, followed by the Jaguars. Texans got their first win, and the Titans are just trash. You know, I think it's time to forget the Titans. Buffalo, one of the only undefeated teams left, followed by the 2-2 Patriots. The Dolphins actually won the toilet bowl against the Jets this week. Boy, the Jets. They're in their familiar hangar down there in dead last. The Jets.
Horrible.
I mean, the Jets have a sign on their stadium. Play like a Jet. You know what? No. Actually, you want to play better. You don't want to play like a Jet.
You need to have
maybe they put that up for the road team. Play like a Jet and hope that the Jets can actually win. Chargers in first, but hey, look who's coming. The Chiefs now 2-2. Here they come. Followed by the Broncos and the Raiders of the Lost Cause are back in last place. And there is your AFC standings.
Massive. I like they have like a physical like helmets to adjust. I love that.
Oh, I've always done it. I got goalie mask for hockey. I got to get a new one though for Utah, and I got a magnetic scoreboard for the NBA.
Utah Mammoth is such an uninspired name, man. Yeti was so much cooler for that fucking.
Yeah, but then Yeti said, "No, we're gonna sue." I mean, there are 136 million lawyers in America, and each one spends every day finding out how to sue. I mean, they get their hand, they're stretching their legs when they hear an ambulance. They might be at a wedding, and it's like, do you take this man to be your awfully wedded wife? Hold it. Ambulance! And you see half the wedding party running down the streets.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah.
Any predictions for the weekend?
Oh man. For the weekend, I mean, in the Patriots game, specifically against the Bills, I think it's going to be closer than a lot of people think, unless they just turn the ball over 80 times again. But if the Patriots play a clean football game, it's going to be very, very close.
The Bills have been weird so far. They've let teams
Their defense does not look good at all.
Well, they're 4-0, but they're winning games, but they're not exactly killing teams.
It's kind of like the Eagles last year.
They didn't cover against the Dolphins. They didn't cover against the Saints. And I wouldn't be surprised if they don't cover against the Patriots. They'll win, but I don't know if they'll cover that game. But I spread.
Because it's like, what's the spread? It's like 7, right? 7 or 8?
I
can pull that up.
It's 7.5.
Yeah, 7.5. Like, yeah, that's a lot of points. Division game. Like, I think it's going to be a close game. I think there's a chance the Patriots win it.
We all do the 5 picks. I wouldn't touch that game.
No, completely valid. 100%. I feel the same way with the Thursday night game tonight. Honestly, like there's like that's like an 8.5.
Oh, the Niners are so banged up though.
They've lost like 1 billion dudes to injury.
They're so banged up.
There's a lot of really interesting games this week in terms of like betting and shit like that.
Yeah, there's not a lot of like the mismatches. I mean, the Lions are just gonna just kill the Bengals.
Yeah, that's like the rare, like super big line that I'm very confident that the Lions are gonna demolish the Bengals. The Bengals have nothing.
I think Giants Saints is interesting because the Giants all of a sudden could be 2-3.
Yeah. It's interesting. You just never know with a rookie quarterback like Jackson Dart. Like, will he just like
supposedly Aaron Glenn ripped his team. Like they said that after the Jets lost on Monday night, that he was yelling at his team so much that that reporters actually thought that someone was under attack. Like
really?
Stadium security was standing outside the Jets locker as Aaron. He basically closed the door after the game and ripped into the team for 35 minutes at this incredibly loud decibel. And we'll see if the Jets don't respond to that. That means they don't respect him.
No, 100%. They better be playing their asses off.
That means he is done. If the Jets don't play well this week, and they have a home game against a bad Cowboys defense, if the Jets get embarrassed at home by the Cowboys, we're talking a coach that might. And they're not going to fire him 5 games into his career, but he's looking one and done.
I will say, like Jets fans, they almost inspire hope in me because like they find ways to be surprised that their team sucks every year, and I do think it's commendable because like I think optimism is a great trait to have normally. So like,
there's no optimism. There's no optimist. They're just fatalists. They just know. They just know it's bad. I mean, when you're a Jet, you're a Jet all the way from your first INT to your last fumble away.
Something I love I can always hold over Jets fans is debatably the best player in their franchise's history, like won a Super Bowl with the Pats, Darrelle Revis, and he was like a key contributor.
You know, there's always been the joke among Jet fans that when they won Super Bowl III, Joe Namath made a deal with Satan. And
maybe.
And
they have horrible luck. Honestly, like they might be onto something there.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers all of a sudden, he's back. Aaron Rodgers is good again.
Snapped his fucking Achilles in 2 with the Jets, and he's come back
into the game.
Like, man, it's fucking. I love the Jets, man. I really do. They bring me such joy.
Should we jump into our NFL picks?
Yes, we should. Well, let's do our college picks first.
You can roll out if you want. It's your choice.
I don't really have any picks prepped, otherwise I would. Yeah.
Great having
Appreciate you, man. Frank, great talking to you, man.
Thanks for joining us, Hog Dale. We'll definitely have you on again.
Absolutely, buddy. Absolutely. Anytime.
I think Tank and Hog is a pretty electric duo. I'm seeing some real potential. Yeah. Thank you again. Thanks for joining.
Might be a consistent guest.
Before we jump back into it, that was amazing. I just want to say, Frank, today Hogdale sat in your seat and was just getting really passionate about how he thinks the Red Sox can win. I've taken psychedelics. It was the trippiest experience of my life.
Well, just think we might have Frank and Hog walk soon.
I love it.
What happened to Mikey?
And Hog walks. Sorry.
Scooby-Doo, where are you? Oh, that was awesome. I hope the chat enjoyed
great.
it. I couldn't watch it, but I put some clips out.
All right.
Frank, I'm sorry, real quick. That shot on the Bears was unneeded. That was crazy. You didn't talk bad about any other team like that, but that jab, that felt personal. A little bit. The Bears one felt personal. We just won. Yeah,
but you're in the toughest division in the NFL, and you've been in last place almost every year for the last 10 years.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I guess we'll see. We're on a bye week, so we can't lose this week. I'm excited.
When it comes to the
I
NFL,
think the Bears are an 8-9 team. I don't think they're awful.
Frank, you're a kid on crutches on the playground talking shit to everybody else, like for how weak they are on the jungle.
Well, you know how I feel about the Dolphins. I mean, come on, Dolphins are a joke.
Should we jump into our picks though, because we're already 40 minutes?
Yeah, let's do the NCAA first. College football.
Want me to start?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, I'm going with pretty much my regulars. West Virginia for Angry Ed, they're getting 19.5. Michigan, I'm employed by Michigan Man, so we're going to lay 17.5. Sorry, Big Cat. I love whenever the service forces face each other. So I don't know if I said that right. Air Force plus 12.5. Troy for my boy Troy minus 1.5, and I feel like Alabama's back, so lay 10.5.
Frank, why are you making that?
I don't watch much college football. Let's just be honest.
Oof.
Go ahead, expert.
Yeah, wait. What?
I actually almost took Navy.
Yeah,
Navy,
well, I don't. What are those expressions over?
Navy's good.
So you're insulting the Air Force on record. Got it.
On record.
Not good, Frank. Not good.
I'm not.
right.
I'm not.
It's not 1650. You want the Air Force, not the Navy now.
Okay,
But I'm talking Navy. Navy's actually got a good football team that might get like discussion if they pull off an upset in South Bend.
I feel like Air Force will do better in the air. They're going to throw the ball a lot. Mikey?
Can I go?
Yeah.
All right. I got Penn State minus 24.5, UMass plus 14, Syracuse plus 17.5, Baylor minus 7, and Iowa State plus 1.5. DeFrisco has Illinois minus 9.5. North Carolina has 14.5. Mississippi State plus 14.5. Navy minus 12.5, and then Iowa State plus 1.5.
All right, I am gonna go. Oppo, one of yours.
Oppo, one of mine.
Yep.
Convenient coincidence.
I am going Cincinnati minus 1.5 against Iowa State.
Okay, almost fell.
I'm going Notre Dame minus 20.5 against Boise State.
We'll get to the gout in a second too.
I'm taking Texas minus 6.5 to go gator hunting. I like Alabama just stomping Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt ranked, yeah. That doesn't happen too often, and there's a reason because Vanderbilt sucks. So Bama minus 10.5, and I am going for an upset here. I think Florida State wins outright, plus 4.5 against the U.
So you're not taking the points?
No, I'm going plus 4.5.
Right.
But I think on top of it, I think the Seminoles win the game outright.
Okay. NFL?
Yeah, but there is a comment my finger is just tempting to show. I don't know if I should show it because of last week. Can I show that comment, Frank?
What comment?
King of the North. I just want to see an update how it's going.
Yeah, it's a positive update actually.
Yeah.
Monday we're
Frank.
switching it up.
Hands up. Don't want to fight. What's the update on the phone?
I'm gonna likely. I'm gonna see if it's possible to get an iPhone on Monday, and it's possible.
Woo!
Dude, that's Frank. No need for 5
Let me take it from here. I just want to congratulate Mikey Betts, who's been working with Frank for 5 years on the technological side of things, which is not the easiest thing in the world. Let's just say the fact that he might get an iPhone will make Mikey live maybe 10 to 20 years longer.
I might. I'm going to lose 60 pounds by this year. Like I'm so excited to just.
Which leads to gout. So you have gout and you're taking pictures with large beers and being caught going to the ice cream machine. Your friend Frank here has been just shedding weight. What is going on with you?
I go through these phases every 5 years where I lose I gain about 80 pounds and I lose about 100. So I haven't got to the 80 pounds part yet. I'm trying to get there. And then once I get there, I can hit it and then I can start going down. So I got I
actually have turned off my phone today. Because
really?
I couldn't take it again.
Did that seem to help?
Well, look at how not stressed he seems. You see, that's great.
Frank, you look like your skin is glowing today.
Yeah, you look good.
Because it was already starting again.
But Frank,
I have do not disturb on the phone. I have block unknown calls. I have block spam calls. I have blocked this, blocked that, blocked this. Active armor for AT&T. I've gone to the AT&T store. They said that's all they can do for me. I talked to the AT&T customer service rep. They said that's all they can do for me. Samsung apparently doesn't want to block phones. So you know what? Yeah. If I could transfer all my data and all my apps, fuck it.
If only there was a way that
we got sidetracked for a second. This is great. So that's done. We're going to get that fixed. Mikey, you said that like it's a normal thing. So beep, beep, beep. Mikey Frank just said that he goes through cycles of gaining 80 to 100 pounds and then losing it. Mikey, that sounds like a quick way to death.
No, I think it's been working for quite a while. So I think I'm just.
Oh, it's not working.
No, it works. It works. It works really well. Like I bet you by
Mikey.
Yes.
What happened on April 13th?
I turned 30.
Ding 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 ding.
What's your point?
What health tips do you have?
Before 30 does not work. After 30.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So what should I do?
Maybe not drink a whole bunch of beer and ice cream.
Okay, let's clear that up. I didn't go to get ice cream. I went to go get a body armor. The body armor fridge is right next to the ice cream. You see me walk back. I'm gonna play the clip. You see me walk back with the ice cream in my or no ice cream.
What? Huh? What? You managed yourself out.
No. Wait.
I didn't have any ice cream, bro. No,
I didn't have any ice cream. I promise.
You just smart yourself out.
I'm gonna play the clip. I'm gonna play the clip.
Frank, this is probably AI. Don't believe him.
I'm gonna play the clip.
This guy's got gout. He's chugging beers and slamming ice cream.
I also took off the boot because it made me look 37 pounds heavier.
Hobbling with your gout boot to the ice cream machine.
That is a body armor.
What is
Did
that?
you eat the whole thing at the ice cream machine?
Oh, he's not getting ice cream.
Yeah, didn't he have?
No, he was
not
Oh,
flour.
they even said it.
Yeah,
That's on me.
what's it?
Oh, Mikey.
And I was wearing my shirt. My shirt was for going to the doctor. And then I was like, you know what? I'm just going to go into work. So that was my doctor fit. That wasn't my going out fit. And yeah, I had like flour from the night before or whatever. I don't know. Who cares?
I'm kind of worried. These things happen.
I've had gout.
I've had gout when I was 27.
It feels like someone's trying to like pry your nail off. Oh, the Guardians just tied the game.
Frank had the very close veins. Mikey has the gout foot. So I just got to really protect my feet in the coming weeks. NFL picks. Mikey is still the king. I'm still over 50%. Board was kind of tough this week, and I'm laying a lot of points, including with road teams, but I'm trying to get back up over 60. So I'm taking the Colts -6.5 at home against the Raiders. I'm sticking. I know I've won a couple lucky weeks with the Eagles, but at home versus the Broncos, laying 3.5. Don't like doing it, but I have to pick the Patriots game. Bills -8.5 in New England. I feel like they might be tightening it up after last week being a little closer than it should have for a lot of the game. Lions -10.5 on the road. Really just betting on the Bengals sucking ass and Dan Campbell coming in hot. And then when you're not sure, just bet against the Jets. The Cowboys are getting 2.5 points if I read it correctly. And I just can't fathom, like the Cowboys score a lot of points. So the Jets
the Cowboys are actually favored.
I got to take it. Oh, they're laying 2?
Yes.
I'm going to stay with it. I actually have it at 2.5. Stay with it. I think they're going to kill him. And before Mikey goes, Frank, there is a rumor that Mikey saw all of our picks because all 5 of his picks are trailing at least one of you, me, or Mike's picks.
Wait, so for real?
He might have just copied our picks. We don't know. And Mikey's in first place, so it's a weird thing to do.
Yeah, maybe I mean, that kind of worries.
Could be the gout.
Could be the gout. All right, yeah, I'll go with my pick. Actually, I'll read off the Frisco's picks first. He's got San Francisco +8, Bucks +3.5, Bills -8.5, Chargers -2.5, and Lions -10.5. I have the Colts -6.5, the Bucks +3.5, Chargers -2.5, Lions -10.5, and Eagles -3.5. I hate taking favorites, but it is what it is this week. That's the picks. Frank.
Quick segue. As a team,
Frank has to make his picks.
Oh, sorry, Frank.
I am going. I'm going against the Dolphins again. I'm going with the Panthers. I think Chuba Hubbard's going to have a big week, plus 1.5.
Yes.
You know what? A lot of people are hating on the Ravens. They're actually underdogs. I think Cooper Rush does good enough. The Texans are kind of ass. I think the Ravens plus 1.5. I am taking the Chargers minus 2.5. In a game where both teams are wearing their 1976 uniforms, that means the classic creamsicle orange and white uniforms for the Buccaneers with the winking pirate.
Frank, what happened in Game 5 of the 1976 NBA Finals?
Oh, that was the triple overtime. That was a triple overtime game, wasn't it?
Between who?
Celtics and Suns.
Unbelievable. Keep going.
So I'm going Tampa plus 3.5 in Seattle. And I love the Chiefs. I love the Chiefs this weekend. Minus 3.5 on Monday night.
I was tempted to take a couple of those, including the Chiefs.
Is it minus 3 or is it 3.5 now? Because I thought I
It
saw
was minus 3.5 last night when I submitted them.
It was 3.5?
When I submitted last night.
Yeah, I saw it today. It was 3.5, and I was like, dude, I would take it minus 3. But I don't know. The Jags are a sneaky team. They got a coach that like not a lot of people have film on unless you watch the Baker Mayfield.
I think
Bucks.
the Chiefs are getting ready to hit their stride.
They pounced them. And did you know that that was like Chris Jones, his aunt just died, so he flew. The game was at what, 3:00? He got off the plane back to Kansas City from Mississippi at 2:25. So he had 45 minutes to get to the game and get ready. He got to the game, played, beat the fuck out of them, and won the game. So I feel like that was a lot of hype, like for him. That's why the defense was so on it. But yeah, I mean, we'll see if they go on a stride. I could see it too, especially against the Jags.
And I think we're streaming that game on Monday night too. So
that reminds me of when Baker Mayfield had like 48 hours notice, or that time
the Rams game.
That boxer Jenks had 48 hours notice and just went and kicked ass.
I think we're streaming that game tonight. So
sometimes with no notice, you do your best work.
It's like, oh fuck.
So going into Frank Walks, what we're going to do now is move back, at least for the football season, into every other week episodes.
Yeah.
We're really going to try to get you guys tier A type guests. And on the off weeks, we'll probably put out previous episodes that a lot of you guys never even saw because we've grown the audience a bit. And we'll take it from there. So we're always open to feedback, but the idea is creating the best show possible with the most longevity. With that said, one of our hot leads right now was a guy nice enough to call Frank after the Mets were eliminated. And it wasn't a prank call. It wasn't a spam call. Can you walk us through that conversation, Frank? Because on Wake Up Barstool, you just kind of went, oh, yeah, X called. And then you didn't really say anything else.
Yeah, A-Rod, I got a message that A-Rod was on Instagram trying to call me or trying to reach out for me. I think he was trying to call me on some sort of phone app, but I was eventually able to get the number and talk to him for about 5 minutes. He actually grew up a Met fan. He's basically my age. He's only a couple of minutes older than me. So he's my age. So he grew up a Met fan watching the 86 Mets. Also grew up a Dolphin fan. So we commiserated about the Dolphins a little bit. And it was a nice conversation. And hopefully we'll get a walk one day. We could talk about the Dolphins. We could talk about the Mets. And he says that my Western Conference team should be the Minnesota Timberwolves.
I can also tell you guys that there's a very small chance I'm hunting hard for Steph Curry. And while we don't know whether or not we're actually going to be able to get him, one thing I'm almost positive of is Steph Curry will be watching a video of Frank directly pitching to him to come on a Frank Walks. And just the idea of that really makes me happy.
Love that.
We're getting close. We're circling in.
Right before we talk about Devil Streams, make sure you guys start dropping your questions for Ask the Tank. We're going to start Ask the Tank. Frank, Dolphins live streams or Devils live streams?
Yep, season will be starting next week. At least they got Luke Hughes back. They should be one of the best teams in the East. I think the Florida Panthers are in serious trouble. They've had some massive injuries already. I think Barkov's out for a while. They're going to be without Kachuk until December. So the Panthers are in trouble. They have, and when you win 2 straight Stanley Cups, that means you've gone deep in the playoffs 2 straight years. They've actually been to the Stanley Cup final the last 3 years. I think there's a lot of treads on that tire, and I think the Panthers may not even make the playoffs.
So one thing we're going to try to do, again, with Frank Walks being every other week, is do more Devil streams this year than we have in the past. Frank is an avid, season ticket holder that goes to all 41 home games, essentially, basically no matter what. So it'll probably be most of the East Coast Central Time Zone away games.
Yeah.
And we'll give you guys a lot of entertainment with that to hopefully get through the cold winter.
100%. All right, let's start dropping some acid tank. I saw some.
I like this one from Noah.
Noah, okay.
Would McDavid be dumb to leave the Oilers? I have a deep, deep fear. It actually breaks me out in a cold sweat because I could actually see it happening.
Rangers.
The last time when Rangers actually won that Cup in '94, they raided the Oilers. They had 6 Edmonton Oilers on their roster that had previously won a Stanley Cup with the Oilers, including Mark Messier, Kevin Love, Jeff Bukaboom, Esa Tikkanen. The core of that, Adam Graves, that core of that team was basically the Oilers. It was almost like an Oilers Stanley Cup in New York. The Rangers have the money, they have the players, and they have the cachet to do it. If the Rangers get McDavid, the Stanley Cup will be in fucking Madison Square Garden. Mark your words.
Well, I was having a good day. Now it's ruined.
So, McDavid, the Oilers can win the Stanley Cup. The question is, can he get a goalie that actually doesn't suck? And the way the Oilers played in that Stanley Cup final last year was shameful. So, he can win one in Edmonton. But does the team have enough to do it for him? And I don't know. And McDavid almost has to win a Stanley Cup for his legacy.
I had a question I like. Can I hit one, Mikey?
Yep.
He's on my fantasy team. I think it's a very good question. Like a good number to put him at. Okay, let's try to list 7, Frank.
All right. Well, we're going to go Mahomes, Hurts, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen. I might have to do it. I think he's actually better now than Matthew Stafford. Joe Burrow's better than him, though. Aaron Rodgers is old, so I wouldn't put him ahead of him. Maybe Jaden Daniels is close.
Baker?
I think he's on the same level. You know what? He is top 8. I'll put him top 8. Like maybe at the back of the top 8, but yeah,
he's good. He's real. He's definitely real. All right, Mike, you want to pick one, or how do you want to do it?
Yeah. I saw one about where did it go?
I think people might want to know who my World Series matchup is going to be.
I do, but can we ask this one first? Frank, does the Rays' new ownership go out and make a big splash and get Kyle Tucker?
I don't think they'll get Kyle Tucker. My big fear is the Rays' big splash is Pete Alonso.
That would be crazy. That'd be cool. I mean, not cool. That would suck, but like that'd be just crazy to see him in that kind of uniform.
He's from Tampa.
I thought he liked the Cubs. I could see him coming to the Cubs if Kyle Tucker's gone.
If he's from Tampa and he's been dealing with the New York cold and media, I think Frank's right.
Yeah, you're right.
We'll play at home in the warmth. Why not?
All right, Frank, give your World Series prediction. I'm sorry.
Dodgers looked really good against the Reds, but their bullpen is shaky as fuck. I kind of would love to see the Brewers, but I think the Brewers just did it with smoke and mirrors all year, and the Brewers are going to come crashing down. So I'm actually going to go Phillies versus the Seattle Mariners.
Wow.
And the Seattle Mariners are the only Major League franchise that has never been to the World Series.
So, Frank, let me ask one last question. Congratulations. Yesterday, you weighed in at 291 pounds, even surprising me, which was just epic.
I thought I was going to be at 293. We'll do. By the way, we'll do an NHL preview next week.
You've been steadily going down. You've been steadily hammering away at it. It's been incredibly inspirational. I'm getting a lot of DMs from people asking for advice. What's your advice to anybody that's just having a hard time getting started?
Just do it. Start slow. You don't have to go. You don't have to go 3 hour walks like I do. Start it with and get a fitness tracker. Start with 5,000 steps, and then just move up 7,500, 10,000. That's how you do it. You move up slowly. You build up slowly. If you don't have a fitness tracker, go out for 30. Go out for 15 minutes. Then decrease it to 30. Then do an hour. That's how you increase it. You increase it slowly so you build up enough stamina and just do it.
The other side of it, Frank, that you're not giving yourself any credit for is you've taken the same approach, not as aggressively with your diet, where you haven't become a vegan by any stretch of the imagination, and you're still very stubborn, but incrementally you just chip away, right? You're just improving. Less junk food, less heavy meals, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, I would love to do a walk with Wonton Don somewhere.
All right.
It was a comment. It was a comment.
Yeah, no. It's still funny. All right, Mikey, what else you got?
I think that's it for Ask the Tank. We could do a couple more. Frank, will you ever do a Disney walk?
No, Disney's just lines. What am I going to walk in Disney for?
All right.
You hear them singing that stupid "It's a Small World After All." See all these clowns walking around in their costumes. I can see that at Times Square.
Guy loves mascots, but okay.
I hate Disney.
All right, and last question, Frank. How do you feel about the imminent signing of Josh Bell?
It just shows you how dumb David Stearns is.
Love that. All right, that's it for a lot of you. Go ahead.
We're going to do an NHL preview next week, Lane Lilly, so stay tuned.
And just so all of you guys know, Hogdale, who you guys saw on the episode today, who's absolutely electric and so cool to hang out with all day. I love this dude. He'll be streaming again from the New York office, so make sure to check that out. It will be electric elimination Red Sox Yankees.
And if you guys aren't following him, you could follow him. His handle is Hogdale _. So Hogdale HOGDALE _. Make sure you guys
I think we could see a lot of potential of Tank and Hog content. Just name Tank and Hog is so good.
Hog and Tank and Hog will make it work. All right, we'll see you guys next week.
See you next week.